Yo, welcome back to another episode of Hate It or Love It, sponsored by our guys over at Steady Picks. I'm your host, LenDale White, and today I am joined by the GOAT, my big brother, 51 Savage, but I may call him Mosi ala Lofa Tatupu, the GOAT. What's going on, big brother?
Man, blessed, brother. Thank you for having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming on here. It's always really a treat when I get to do this show with you, because of the knowledge, and on top of that, like it's always a real close fight, man. So I love
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you this time. It's the first time. I don't think
it.
I've lost both times before.
I think I've been doing pretty crappy on this one, man. So hopefully, I could, keep the streak alive, I guess, versus you. You know what I'm saying? So we can
All right.
jump straight. I ask you this. I do ask them do you want to do college or NFL first? I don't mind.
Let's go college first. Start college.
Okay, yeah. Little kids first. And and up on our slate is a pretty good game. Got to see how real this second team is, but we have the Duke Blue Devils heading into the Florida State Seminoles, a school I definitely always wanted to go to because they used to do that. Oh, one of the dopest things I ever seen in football. But they do have Florida State at -14. Hate it or love it.
I hate the -14. So give me the points. Did I do that right? Yeah, I take Duke. They play some good ball.
Exactly. You did it right.
And like double digits, that's hard in a conference game, man. And like so they know you well. I think back to like when we were in college and we had to play like a Cal or a Stanford,
Yeah.
Those smart guys are always prepared.
Man, they definitely are prepared, and the way that quarterback's been playing down there, it's nothing like it. They do have a Heisman. I seen an interesting fact, dog, that the quarterback from Florida State, right? His numbers against Graham Mertz, the quarterback from Florida. They say he's like not the top quarterback in SEC football, but he's like in the pack, middle of the pack. But his numbers are comparable to, if not better, for sure, than the guy from Florida State, but he's not up for the Heisman. And the other guy is. This is crazy how it works. You know what I mean? If you win, you get the Heisman love. With that being said, I'm actually hating this as well. I think that Duke has been playing their butts off. I'm not saying Florida State ain't gonna win. I just think that Duke could find a way to lose by 10. You know what I mean? And that's all they needed to do, and it's for us to cover on this one. So I'm gonna absolutely hate that one. Like I said, like you said too, them smart kids find a way to dot their I's and cross their T's in this one.
They're gonna have a plan. Please believe it.
For real. They got the total the total over under at 49. Hate it or love it.
Love the over. Both offenses have shown to put up points, and I don't know if any defense is stopping these offenses. So we'll see. But I love the over.
Yeah, this is 21-28 to be. I like the over as well. Just thinking about, like you said, the points that they can put up on the board. And Florida State's one of them teams that definitely have enough talent on the offensive side of the board to run it up when they want to. So we'll see, man. I'm definitely taking that over, though. Next up, we have another interesting game, man. SEC battle, probably the battle of the week. They got the UT Vols going into Roll Tide, Alabama. Nick Saban. We know Nick Saban's having a little bit of an off year, but this is still like his off year. Still, you got to watch him, because when they ever find a way to lock in and they start, like the belief system is always there with me with Nick Saban until he just loses 2 games early on and there's no way he can play. So, but they do have the over under at -8.5 points. Hate it or love it.
I hate it. I will take the dog again to cover. I don't know if Tennessee wins. 8.5 though. 2 scores, and Tennessee. That interconference rivalry. Like they're gonna be ready to play. And Alabama really hasn't shown me that they're Alabama, that they're back yet. They're kind of finding their way through the schedule, and I think they probably pull it out, but I don't know if they cover that. So I hate it.
I absolutely love this, man. This is a Nick Saban led Alabama team that's back on like a revenge tour. They know that they can sneak back into this college football playoff, especially with a win like this at home. It's going to be a nice victory to the win column. You know how the committees look at these wins and stuff like that. So I think that Alabama's on like one of them. They found their guy in Monroe. I think that's how you say his name at the quarterback. I believe that he's one of them dudes. Honestly, if he just uses his feet some more, unfortunately, sometimes in this game you have to. If he did that they would be a lot well off. So, but I'm taking Alabama to cover for sure. I'm just not going to Nick Saban on this show, man. It's hard. I did go against him earlier this year with Sark, but since then he hasn't let me down. So I'm riding with Nick. They have the over under at 48 points. Hate it or love it.
I love the under. Staying positive with this one. Love the under just because SEC, man, they're known for defense. I know everybody, this is an offensive game these days, which you got to be loving as an offensive powerhouse that you were.
Die hard.
But, both these teams, they have, had some issues getting in the end zone. So I'm going to go with the under. I think it's going to be a tight matchup, low scoring affair, maybe like a 2017, ugly one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the under in this. I just don't see. I mean, maybe Bama surprises me this week, and then they pull out all the stops in the receiving game. Everybody's on point, but the way they have to run the ball to stay in the game, yes, they throw it, but right now their MO is running the ball, so I don't really see them, going over 48 points as well. So I'm gonna hate it too. I'm gonna ride with you on this one, bro.
All great teams run the ball. You know that.
We do know that, man. Hey, SC, hear that? Okay, probably the game of the week in most eyes. Can't lie. Most eyes around the world, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this football game. I know I'm going to be watching it. We have the Penn State Nittany Lions. They are number 7 ranked heading into Ohio State, and I hate them, by the way. And they are ranked number 3. They have the Ohio State Sucks University at -4. Hate it or love it.
Damn. Hate it. Give me the dog again. I'm going 3 straight dogs. I think Penn State actually pulls this one out. They're the most well-balanced team in all facets of the game. Started off with a punt return for a touchdown in their last game. Yeah, I know it was UMass, Amherst. Go easy on Massachusetts for me. But it was just they're the most well-balanced team so far, I think, consistently showing up and playing all 3 phases of the game. So I'm going to take them to pull off the upset. Not even just cover. They're going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right. I'm going to say I hate it as well. I'm taking Penn State. And it's not just because I hate Ohio State. I just think because it's no different than how USC has been teetering on the edge for these couple weeks. And yes, they winning, but it's not like the dominant Ohio State fashion where you're like, oh, you look up and it's 60-3 or 58 something where they're just putting it on people. I think Penn State, like you said, has a well enough defense to keep these guys in check. I'm not sure how healthy Marvin Harrison is. He's a GOAT by no means. He'll probably have a day, but I still think Penn State holds on and they cover and not only cover, they probably do get this victory this weekend, man. It's going to be hard to do it in the shoe, but I believe they can get it done. And the over under is at 46.5. I'm gonna say I hate it as well. I think the way Penn State wins this game is to keep Ohio State off the board. They have to find a way. And if they're going to cover for me in this one, they have to, find a way to not let a lot of points be scored on the board or put up on this in this game. That's the only way they'll win, man. So I'm going to say I hate it.
I'm going to go Oppo on this one. I love it. I think 46, for 2 high-powered offenses, I think they can manage that. And you never know if there's somewhere right around 21-21 going to the 4th or maybe forcing overtime. But I think they both put up, 4 touchdowns apiece. And then we'll see who can outlast who.
I like that, and I'm not opposed to that. If they run up the score, it's even a better game for me. I hate seeing these 17-10s or the 23-24. I'm not with that, man. Hey, let's see, like you said, let's see 28-35 after the third quarter, and it's going to be a sling. I'm okay with that. But, for Penn State to win and do like I need them to do, they better find a way to not let them boys score that many points at all, or it's going to be a long day in Ohio State. If this game goes over 46, and I'll call this now, I have to say that. If it goes over 46, Ohio State wins for sure. Just being honest.
I can agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And to the game of the week for a lot of these players out there. I know the game of the week for me. We have a unfinished business on our hands. The Kai Whittingham program has been beating the shit out of us for the last couple years and been rubbing it in. So, with that being said, we have they have the Utah Utes, Poots, whatever. What's that smell? I think that's what it was, the Utah Poots. Going into my number 18 ranked USC Trojans, and they have my USC Trojans at -6.5. I'm gonna say I absolutely hate it. I'm not taking my Trojans to cover shit for the rest of the year. They might win, but I ain't thinking they covering shit. I'm just gonna be honest, man. Listen, y'all let me down. That Notre Dame thing was a debacle. You can get mad and call it what you want to. I was there. I seen it live. It pissed me off. I think we're better than that, and we need to, show the world we're better than that. But until we do, I'm not calling the USCs to cover shit. So hey, I'm riding with Utah on this one. We might beat them, but I think Utah still, finds a way to only lose by 3 points. That's just me.
Unfortunately, I hate it as well. You would think coming off a tough rivalry loss, we'd be ready to go. And, I know Caleb will be because that is Superman. And that's the one human performance we've seen out of him where, maybe the stress of carrying us for the last 2 years is it kind of took its toll. And finally, somebody else stepped up and made the plays on the defense side of the ball. But Utah's had our number, to be honest. I mean, whether it's running, throwing, they did whatever they want last week. So I hate it. Unfortunately, I got to take Utah. I think they actually win, man. As messed up as that sounds, I think they find a way to pull it out. Just because defensively, I don't know if we can really hold them down.
Yeah, and that hangover be real when you lose. Like you said, sometimes when you lose a tough game on the road, your rival, you can come home, feeling pitiful or feeling sorry for yourself and not really come out. This is a big opportunity for Lincoln to show us, how we really face adversity. That Arizona game really wasn't adversity. Now this is what you call adversity. How are we going to respond for the rest of the year? It's going to show us a lot, man. I can't really blame the defense, when we spot them the points that we did last week, and it's not really a defense's game. Like you're expecting the offense to help you out a little bit, put up a couple points and not just keep giving them the ball. So, you got to take the good with the bad. But I do believe in, Superman, and that's what it is. I'm not going to run from that. I feel what you're saying. When you got to carry and always be the guy for 2 years, sometimes shit gets rough. So I'm with you, man. Let's take the pressure off of them, i.e. run the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah.
They got the over-under at 56 points. I'm going to say I love it. I think it's going to be a shootout, man. I think we're going to, it's going to be a night game in the Collie. I think we're like 5 o'clock, 5:30, I think. I'll be back in attendance. Got some work to do, so I'm not opposed to that. But, I think I love it, man. So, I like to see high-scoring games.
Yeah, I love it too. Just based off of what both teams done the last 2 years. I think both times our total was over that the last 2 years. Both Utah wins, unfortunately. So, yeah, I love the over also.
My guy. All right, now next up to them big boy games. Oh, and a lock for me, Caleb Williams will have over 4 touchdowns this week for sure. That's a lock. He will have over 4 touchdowns. If there's a 3.5 or something like that on Caleb will have 4 touchdowns or better. Chalk it up. He's pissed. Believe that.
Yep.
Now, up to the big boy games. Excuse me. We have I'm gonna say one of these games for last because that's my squad. I can't lie. I'm gonna go with that last. Okay, so we have the Steelers heading into the Rams. Kenny Pickett, or that's his name, he's been playing a pretty good ball, man. He's been showing that if you when you believe in a quarterback and you just keep believing. Mike Tomlin's also a dope ass coach. He finds a way to win games, so can't be mad at that. But they have the Steelers heading into the Rams, which McVay has been balling his ass off too with his team. They have the Rams at -3. I think I know what you're gonna say. Hate it or love it.
I love it. Give me the Rams -3. I believe they cover. I believe they win this. Not easily, but because you still got TJ Watt, Highsmith, that vaunted defense. But Rams, they're definitely finding their flow right now. Made quick work of the Cardinals the other day, and so yeah, I love it. Give me the Rams. This is their revenge tour. You know, they won the Super Bowl, came off, had a really rough year with injuries and everything last year, even salary cap, and they've adjusted things and, you know, found some success in the draft with some of these young guys. And they're also running the ball. Now, both running backs, this will be interesting, had MRIs after rushing for like a career high last week. Kyron Williams and Ronnie Rivers. They were both, so while both of them did make it through the game with a, you know, I think it was maybe even McVay's career high in rushing since Gurley days, since, you know, Todd Gurley was there. But, you know, they're finding some balance, which, you know, taking the pressure off of Stafford because he's still doing it at a high rate, high clip. And so they're putting points on the board and they're finding a way to play some sound defense. So give me the Rams. I think they're just a little too much for the Steelers right now.
Yeah, I'm taking AD's led Rams. AD's too much for any team. I believe in AD if he's playing football for the week. And on top of that, Puka, my new favorite receiver in the NFL, man. Shout out to him. I love the way this kid has came and took the NFL by storm. Former 4-star guy. So it's not like he didn't have the talent, man. You know, sometimes it gets lost and then you find it again, man. But I'm proud of what you're putting out there, brother. So I'm going with the Rams just because of Puka. He's sweet, man. And they do got Cooper Kupp back. So come on.
Yeah.
Man, he's a artist out there on the field still running routes. It's like people like, how's he gonna do this route, or is he gonna kill? And he came right back out on the money, man. He looks like he's not lost a step, man. So shout out to Cooper Kupp for sure. And yes, I definitely believe the Rams will cover. So they have the over under at 43 points. Hated to love it. That's interesting, man. Because the Steelers are an interesting team there. They don't really score a lot of points, but they can score some points out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It's not like we know the Rams can put up 28 points. We know Sean McVay scores points, man. Where do we get the other, 13, 14 points? Is that because does Kenny find a way? Is my guy Pickens co-receiver?
Yeah. Pickens been balling too. I haven't seen anything out of Najee Harris, and I think that's really kind of the element missing from, the Steeler football that we know.
Yeah,
so until they get him going, and I don't see them getting him going this week. So I feel like Rams win this one comfortably. Like I said, to cover the spread, but I don't know if I see it going over because the Steelers are still going to find a way to come up with a timely sack or an interception that keeps them in the game. But I think just Rams a little too much, and later in the game they'll pull away. So I could see it being like a 24-14 or something like that, something ugly, and staying under. So give me I love the under.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love the under as well. I just don't believe that. Like I said, the Steelers, if they start going out here this weekend and they run up the scoreboard, then they're showing me something different. I just don't believe yet. Show me something different. I'm going.
I haven't seen it yet.
We have the Chargers just took a Monday night loss, tough one against the Dallas Cowgirls. Excuse me. The Chargers are heading into the Chiefs. Man, they have the Chiefs at -5.5. Hated to love it.
I love it. Short week, right? I mean, you got to. Arrowhead's a tough place to play. I used to love playing there just because the atmosphere is electric.
And the home of the Chiefs. Ain't nothing like that place.
Oh, it's amazing. And also we get, we sample the town fair when we go to away games, and they used to give us the best barbecue ever.
Oh, yeah, for sure. KC got some stuff down there, boy.
So, yeah, give me the Chiefs. I like them to get better. They're playing some good defense. I think that's what surprised a lot of people is for years it's been all on Mahomes and that offense, and now they're kind of matching the energy. A lot of those young guys are stepping up, those draft picks that they've had. And so, I like the Chiefs to win this game, and I think they'll cover that spread. Yeah,
I like Travis Kelce's Chiefs to cover for sure, man. Let's go Chiefs. They got the over-under at 49.5. Hated to love it.
I actually hate it. I could see them shutting down the Chargers offense just like they were pretty much last night. And scoring, scoring will be tough with that pass rush. Khalil Mack looks like he found the fountain of youth. Bosa, even our young guy Tui Pelotu, he's out there balling. So I think the Chiefs probably get close to about 27-28, but I think they keep the Chargers in check. And Eckler, he still doesn't look fully healthy. I know he missed a whole month because of the ankle. So until he gets back in rhythm and they get him up to like 20 plus touches, because how explosive he is.
For sure.
I don't think that offense is going to, get going until he's back.
Yeah, I just think it's going to have the case of the Monday nights and the fact that, they only scored, I think, 17 points on Monday night. There's not enough for me to believe that they're going to go into Arrowhead and run it up. So I'm going to say the under as well. Mahomes and them haven't, as good as their offense is, that they haven't been clicking. Watch this be the week they might come around and everything starts just working out amazing for them. This probably is the week, but I haven't seen enough.
If you got any, whatchamacallit?
Come on, lock me in.
Yeah, you got any fantasy or on Rashee Rice? This kid is a monster, and he's starting to fill the void of Mahomes' favorite target. And so, whether it's an anytime touchdown or some yardage like over 50 or 60, he keeps getting better every week. What his film in college, I believe it was SMU, was ridiculous. LenDale.
That's that kid.
Unbelievable.
Was he the kid that had posted something online and then they went back and I think I know exactly who you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure that's the same dude. I know who you're talking about.
He should have been a first round pick.
For sure. So okay. Your lock is anytime over 50 for Rice and then anytime TD.
I bet you they probably have his yards at like 50 or 60, and I think he's just becoming more and more part of the game plan, especially with Kelsey kind of hurt.
Yeah.
So
here's the lock, y'all. The lock over, he's gonna go over 50 yards. Rice over 50 yards this week.
He's a nightmare matchup, man.
I love it, man. So we both have the under. I'm going under too, man. I just like you said, we don't think it. I don't think that they got enough there yet on the Chargers side. Maybe later on, but hey. And now probably to the game of the week for a lot of people around the world, just because the Dolphins love to run up the score, and they look real fun out there on offense, man. Somebody I definitely would love to have played for. They are heading into a one-loss Eagles team that just took their first loss last week, and the Jets knocked them off, man. Zach Wilson. I called that last week on the show, but Dwayne Bowe made me go back, change it, because he's like, Zach Wilson knocking off the Eagles, and I kind of thought, but I knew he would do it. That's how the NFL works, man.
Well, the defense knocked off the Eagles.
You're right, but hey, Zach was the quarterback.
Yes, he was the starting quarterback. I'll give him credit.
They got the Eagles in this game -2. Hated to love it.
Man, that's tough, right? I don't know how you go against the Dolphins right now. I think that yeah, they are, but that one game against the Bills was kind of an anomaly where they just didn't get anything going. And shout out to the Bills; they still look tough, but I hate it. I think the Dolphins find a way. This is like one of those matchups where they're all looking towards it. They're looking forward to like a real test. This is really going to show us where we're at. Are we just this high-powered offense that's fun to watch, or are we a complete team and going to beat the Eagles, at their house? And so I like the Dolphins to win this game. I think they got something to prove at this point in the season, and it's something to play for.
I have a two-way thing to this, and I'm with you when you're right, because the Dolphins they have a crazy offense. The only way I ride with the offense is if that kid, or what's his name? A-Jane? I don't know how to say it. Yeah, forgive me, Lord. Forgive me if I'm butchering his name, but if he's playing, I'm riding with the Dolphins. I don't know where he came from or what he got going on, but he's sweet. So I'll ride with him. If I'm riding with the Dolphins, if he's playing. If
he's
the
not
running backs,
he's not playing. At least I got him in fantasy, and he's on IR for like another 2 weeks.
Man, I got to go Eagles. I think that they bounce back this week. That defense is just, to me, yes, they gave up some stuff last week, and I think that the Eagles are more upset with themselves than anything, because they gave a lot of chances away. So I just think Jalen Hurts has a bounce back week. He has to show the haters every week that he's still a legit quarterback. So I'm riding on the Jalen Hurts train. The Dolphins are definitely dope. It wouldn't surprise me if the Dolphins run away with this game. I got to say that early on this thing. It wouldn't surprise me. But the Eagles are for sure supposed to win this game. Let's go Eagles. 52. Yeah, they got the over under at 52. Hated to love it.
I love it.
You gotta love it, right? It's the Dolphins.
Both these guys can score. I mean, the Dolphins, they put up 70 in one game by themselves.
70 burger, man.
Oh my God, I can't imagine how long that film session was. But you know, they're going to put up at least 30, even against this defense. You know, they just what they're doing. McDaniel's so innovative with the way he uses motion. You know, we always used to say it, use motion to create emotion and get guys thinking and overreacting to a simple flat route. Well, that flat route turns up whether it's Achin, Mostert. They got three of the fastest guys that have clocked over 21, 22 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
And Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. So it's going to be a track meet. I mean, that's what they always want to make it into. And some of these long zone play actions, all Tua does, he sits back, turn around. He either has a deep shot, it's not there, check it down the flat, and the flat goes for 40. So it's wild and it's innovative. And I love this is the most fun I have watching offense, even though I love watching a good defense. This offense is dynamic.
Hey, well, I love the over in this one too. I just like to see points score. Let's go Dolphins. Let's go Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to show the world that they got an offense down there too. And you'll see some point score from the Eagles on this one. So let's go. And so now my game of the week, man. I have told people before the season started that, you know, the Detroit Lions will probably win their division. People looked at me and laughed and said I was crazy. I know that Dan Campbell finally has the players that he's like. When you get the players that you want to play, like getting there, especially with a captain like Amon-Ra St. Brown, fight on. Like to me, there's no way that you can't win. Like you got a players coach that understands his players, man, and they know that. Like you can't get better than that. So they have the Lions heading in to Lamar Eugene Jackson's Ravens, and they have the Ravens at -3. I'm gonna stop you right there and say I hate it. I'm going Dan Campbell, baby. The Lions have shown me too much this year to show me that they're going to just fold because they're going into Raventown. The Ravens just got back from London. Yes, they did beat the Titans, but I think that's going to be the drag here. That's the Titan. I mean, the London game is probably going to, have them a little tired. Shouldn't be, but hey, hey, Dan Campbell, let's go. Excuse me. Dan Campbell, let's go.
No, yeah, something I hadn't thought about. I forgot they were in in London last week. And yeah, that time, I just going to the East Coast. I played on the West Coast, college, NFL, the whole time. And going to the East Coast, that 3-hour time difference is real. Never mind fucking 10 hours or whatever it is over there.
Yeah.
So traveling back, I mean, they're lucky they got them at home. Ravens did look pretty good out there, but it's going to be a fight. God, you go against the Ravens at home? I just, the Lions got to show me something here. Until they get the Hawks went on the road after a horrible loss and took it to the Lions, at their house. So, I need to see a little more out of them before I crown them. So,
all right, Dan Campbell, show me let's go.
I'm riding with the MVP and Lamar. And
I love Lamar Eugene too, man. I just think Dan Campbell, they find a way. Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown will score a touchdown. He scores a touchdown, has over 40 yards. That's another lock. Amon-Ra over 40 at a tug this week for sure. They have the over-under at 42 points. Hate it or love it. I hate it, Loaf.
All right, you take this one first. Let me hear
none of these. The only reason why, the Lions can score some points, and we do know that. But the Ravens haven't shown me consistency on offense yet to where they can get the points on the board. Yes, they have Lamar Eugene. Yes, they have Odell. They have some players where they should be averaging around 28 points a game you should be able to get the points on the board. But they haven't really shown me the explosiveness yet on that offensive side of the ball. So I don't see them going over 42 points in this game. And for the Lions to win this game, and for the Lions, Dan Campbell, my Lions to cover, they cannot let Eugene go crazy in this game by no means.
I agree. The total 42, that's tough. Because I think if the Lions have any chance to win this game, they're going to have to run it up. They're going to have to make this offense, which has not been super productive, had red zone struggles. They're going to have to make them play from behind and try to play catch up. That's the the only way this goes over. But since I got the Ravens winning this game, I think they're going to come back with the strong defense, get a couple turnovers, and keep that total under 42. So I'm going. I love the under.
Well, my 5-1 Lions against the 4-2 Ravens. I say under. You say over. Hey man, it's been awesome having you on this show, bro. I truly appreciate your time, big bro. There's nobody that ever played linebacker at our university that was greater. I don't care what nobody says. I lived it and I witnessed it, man. So thank you for coming on, Loaf. I truly appreciate you, brother. Fight on, man.
Fight on. Much love, my brother.
Thank you.